And language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Greetings, people of Earth, and welcome to the third floor for the NFL Super Bowl 59 preview live. We're live on Rumble. What happened? We're not live on... We're only live on Rumble. Oh my goodness gracious. What happened? I thought I put it in for, I guess it's too late to do that. Oh, well. Well, anyway. Howdy! And welcome to the pregame. Here we go. We're going to break it down. Let's get going. What time is it? It is it's 1:59. 2 o'clock we'll call it on the West Coast, so it's 5 o'clock, hour and a half before kickoff. And yeah, man, we're ready to break this one down. I think I don't know what happened here, but that was a hell of an opening, so I'm not going to redo it. We'll have to upload this to YouTube and X. I don't know why it didn't go through. I could have sworn I hit it. But, hey, what are you going to do, people? What are you going to do? Hey, cool, baby. What are you going to do? All right, let's get this going with the Super Bowl. Last night's show was nice. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Great job, people. Appreciate you. If you're just here, we are only on Rumble for some reason. I guess I forgot to hit the link for YouTube. So, welcome aboard, Rumble. This is exclusive to you right now, live. And then we'll go back and upload it later. But let's see what we got going here. Let's get this going. Here we go. All righty, folks. How we doing, man? I am excited. It's Super Bowl Sunday, man. Here we go, baby. We all love Super Bowl Sunday. Hey, we should have a decent game. Let's hope we have a decent game. Let's hope we have a fair game called. You know what I mean? The old boys down the middle. The old zebras on the field. Keep the flags in your back pockets, gentlemen. Only call the outrageous and call the obvious. Let these boys play. If they let these boys play, man, we're going to have a nice Super Bowl. I'm going to give you my pick for MVP. We already know I did the show last night, gave you the picks. The line moved to 1, Kansas City -1. When we took the Eagles, it was -1.5. So we're going to stick with the 1.5 with the Eagles. So we got +1.5 with the Eagles. 48.5 is the over/under. To me, this is a gimme. I understand that there are tough, outstanding defense here. I get that. But sometimes when you play in a short field, the yards are still small. But points start adding up when you get, especially when you get inside that red zone, man. That's when it really starts to happen. So I just think 48 is kind of 48 and a half is kind of a gimme. So we're going over, and we're taking the Eagles at 1.5. Went through a whole bunch of prop bets last night. We got them all written down. We'll give you an update at halftime. Remember, we got 3 shows. This is the first of 3. We have the halftime show coming, and then the post game. So a lot of action here on the third floor coming up. So let's get into this. Let's see what we got. So we're gonna have a battle here, man. We're gonna have a battle of some really good quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, I should say. Not really good, but great quarterbacks, which which is always exciting. We have the first time the two African American quarterbacks are playing against each other. I just thought I'd mention it, throw it out there because everybody else is talking about it. So what the fuck, I might as well talk about it. So there you go. Is that a big deal? Yeah, that's a big deal. It's very important, and I'm glad it's happening. So cool for that. Well, I think with the maybe take a break with the quarterback matchup, if you know what I mean. Let's get into these matchups here. There we go. Let's get into the matchups now. As they scroll across the bottom, these are all their. This is up to date playoff statistics that you got. Mahomes is ranked 7th, 34 for 51, 67.7%, 422 yards, 211 a game, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kansas City has not taken the ball away yet either in the playoffs. So no interceptions. 49 was his long. 105.2 is his rating. Hurts comes in ranked 5th amongst quarterbacks in the playoffs this year. 48 for 69 for 69.6, 505 yards, 168.3 a game, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So could one of these guys break? Could one of these defenses make them break? 31's is long with a 105 rating. Mahomes has been sacked 5 times. Jalen Hurts has been sacked 11 times. Or one of these quarterbacks going to break and throw an interception? Let's remember, there was 1 turnover the last time these 2 teams played the Super Bowl, and that was a Jalen Hurts fumble. Costly. It was 36-yard the other way. Big game, turning point. 1 turnover. 1 turnover was the turning point pretty much in that game. So let's pay attention to the turnovers, man. Could we get through a Super Bowl with no turnovers? There's a good possibility here. The only possibility like that happening would be Mahomes, who is on the list for most interceptions in his career in the Super Bowl with 5. So let's see what happens there. But right now, we got 2 guys that haven't thrown an interception yet, and we got 2 running backs that hold on to the ball. We got a core of receivers that hold on to the ball. So there's not really the ball's not on the ground too much. So pay attention to that turnover battle. Special teams, like I said, is going to play a crucial point in this game somewhere along the line. It always happens, no matter what it boils down to. Special teams is more important in the Super Bowl than any other game in the entire calendar year of football. That's when special teams has to be extra special teams. So I'm giving the edge kicking wise. Well, Buckner he reminds me of Elam. Real strong cat, good leg, just deadly in that 30 to 49. He's just deadly. What was he? 3 for 3. I think he's 3 for 3 and 2 for 2. So he's like 5 for 5, and he hasn't even tried one from 50 yet. And he doesn't have to. They're never that far out. But hey, we're playing indoors, perfect conditions for kickers. So these extra long field goals, 52, 53, 54. Even touching 60 if you want there for a brief time. Check the 60. These cats can do it. Both kids got a cannon, so pay attention to that. As far as that goes, the kicking game will give the edge to Kansas City, like I said. Um, the overall special teams, though, will give the edge to the Eagles here. I just think their special teams has been playing a lot better. Excuse me, damn, playing a lot better, especially down the last 3 or 4 games of the season, and then continuing that tread right into the playoffs and now onto the Super Bowl. So let's hope for them and look for them to continue to play really good on special teams. We got two decent punters who don't get to see too much action, so it'll be crucial when either one of them make an appearance. Seems like a lot of the punting game will be very, very crucial, being it's not a lot of it, especially with these two teams, especially with the Eagles always going for 4th downs, especially if it's inside 3 yards, three yards or less, they're going for it. So the punting game is definitely toned down, but again, keep an eye out on the kicking team. On punts and kickoffs. Going to be very crucial in this game. Field position is going to be crucial because it's going to play a lot into the time of possession. Both of these teams want to dominate time of possession, but unfortunately for both of these teams, they're very explosive. So time of possession isn't always something that comes through true tradition or just happens. But if we're going to sustain drives, both of these teams are very, very capable of sustaining long drives. So much of one side equals the other side. It gives us a balanced Super Bowl. No matter how we're looking at it and breaking it down, we keep coming back to even. The only thing that is lopsided here is the running game. That's the only thing that is totally lopsided. Barkley is the entire running game. Like I said last night, it is not the Kansas City's job to stop Barkley because you are not going to stop the man. Slow him down? Probably. That's what your main goal is. Let's slow him down and see if we can get Jalen Hurts to put the ball in the air and maybe get some interceptions or whatever. But let's try to get Jalen Hurts to put the ball in the air. Problem is, Jalen Hurts doesn't always have to put the ball in the air when he gets in trouble. If the field's open, he's gone, people. He's gone. And like I said last night on the show, he is my dark horse, the dark horse MVP of this game. I'm looking at. I think Barkley's going to walk away with the MVP. I just feel that this kid's going to have a Marcus Allen, Timmy Smith, Terrell Davis kind of game. I just feel it. It's just that he is so fucking explosive. It doesn't matter contact or no contact. The kid is gone. You got to 2, 3, 4 tackle. You got to gang tackle this kid, and he's small. He's not Earl Campbell. He's not Bo Jackson. He's just fast and elusive and powerful, man. For a little dude, he like a Floyd Little, Warwick Dunn, Joe Morris. There you go. There's a perfect fucking example of what this guy reminds you of. That small little compact Joe Washington. These are guys that were small, man, but just powerfully elusive, as opposed to your bigger running backs, your Rigginses, your Campbells, your Jacksons, Jamal Lewis, Derrick Henry. These are monsters. But them little guys, man, those were the tough dudes. And there was plenty of them, man. Marcus Allen probably being the highlight of the smallest little guys, man. But just, good God, if you had never seen Marcus Allen perform, you're cheating yourself. So anyway, as far as the running game goes, man, that's all Eagles. The way the Kansas City can alter the effects of Barkley is that they have a 1-2 punch in the backfield with Hunt and Pacheco. So there's a possibility right there for sure that they can kind of establish a run, try to establish the run with a 1-2 punch. that's Kansas City's best bet to try to control the running game. But as far as their offense goes, but other than that, I think it's just Patrick Mahomes running around a lot, making fucking crazy fucking passes. Hey, he's going to get lucky. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. So who knows? But if they put pressure on him, if the Eagles defense puts pressure on Mahomes, man, this is going to be one of those games where it's not going to be what everybody thought. And if they can control the running game, man, in time of possession, it's going to be a rough, rough day for Kansas City. However, Kansas City is just as capable of mirroring that on their behalf. If they get a lead, they can milk the clock. They know how to do it. Because, hey, look, the biggest advantage in this game goes to Kansas City based on one thing, and that's Andy Reid. That's their biggest, hugest, main advantage. There is none. Holmes and Hurts pretty much even. We know Barkley is well class above any running back pretty much in the game right now. You can have your Kelseys and Browns and Goddard. You could have all these guys. It's cool. That's all right, man. But just look for the. I said last night that the battle on the offensive line and defensive line on both ends is going to be really cool to pay attention to. I really hope they focus in a little bit on that, pay attention to that, show some crucial plays and matchups, because there's some big matchups. And I'm telling you, the two tackle positions for Kansas City, maybe not everything what they hoped it to be. And that's, I think, where the Eagles will find they'll find that hole in the dam and just blow it open, hopefully. So that's what I see going down there. So most of this game, battle in the trenches for sure. One second, sorry. What? Maybe a little inside the numbers there for you. Let that roll for a minute. Yeah, so again, what we call the game within the game. And this game within the game is definitely within the trenches. We got Faggio and Spagnolo. We got so many matchups off the field. I mean, this is one of your better, more complex coaching scheme teams, just masterminds, guys who are just absolute geniuses at their coordinating positions, their coaching. But this is cool because there's another battle going on outside. Who's going to outsmart who? Who's going to outcoach who? Are you going to outcoach Andy Reid? I doubt it very, very highly you're going to outcoach him. But if you outplay him, doesn't matter what he's coaching. You outplay him, man. There it is. And that's going to be tough. That's a tough task to do. So the advantage for the sideline game, Kansas City for sure, without a doubt. So, and what else do we have as far as matchups? Defense, like I said, you got. You got the number 1 defense against the number 9 defense again. I said it. It's like a broken fucking record, but third down running game are so important to win in defense. The defense that steps up, the defense that gets the turnover, or the defense that just stays freaking consistent, not giving up a lot of stuff, making them work, getting them to move, getting guys off balance or somehow. That's what the Eagles are going to be looking forward to do to Kansas City, for sure, as far as the secondary goes. But as far as up front, running, screen passes, I don't see it happening, man. The Eagles are so fast on the edges. It cuts out that screen and stuff. These guys are phenomenal, man. This is a phenomenal team right here. As much as I hate to admit it, because I don't like Philly at all. I definitely don't like Kansas City, but I got to give props where props are due. Look, we were already at the promised land with Kansas City, so I know what it's like to beat them. And it's a good fucking feeling to beat these guys, especially in the biggest game, on the planet, right? And the Eagles have always been a thorn in my side as far as being a Bucs fan. Always been a thorn in my side. They either knocked us out or we knocked them out. But what's cool about it is, you love that rivalry. But for the most part, there's so much going on in this game. And like I said, as long as the referees call it the way it's supposed to be called, and look, who's ever in the booth tonight, call it, look, Brady and them, call it down the middle. Call what you see. I mean, I understand. Yeah, Brady's on the call, right? Yeah. So we gotta be. He's got to be careful what he says because he's part owner. So kind of, yeah, but that's the only thing that sucks is that he's got to be careful what he says. But the other two guys, they can say what they want. I don't know who's going to be in the who the referee is or the official in the booth. I don't know who it is. I know it's Gene Sarator on the other network. I forget. It's not important. Just guys, don't be afraid. The other guys set the pace. Aikman set the pace. Romo set the pace. Nance set the pace. They said it. They had no bones about it. So call it, guys in the booth. Call this game. Make it a masterpiece. Now to the video replay guys. You're gonna have to explain a lot of shit to us through this game, especially on bum fucking calls. Okay. Especially on the bum call. I got some explain. They haven't even come out and explained the third down missed call, the fourth down missed call, the interception, phantom pass interference call, the holding call, the lining up in a neutral zone. I seen that a mile away. That was on a third down. Okay, so there's a lot to look for as far as the referees. Well, let's hope that they ain't no part of this. Let's hope that they're just out there. Okay, there's going to be calls. There's going to be calls. It would be, your mother, whatever. That's okay. That's part of the game. Don't throw the outrageous flag because there's no fucking call. There's no reason for you to do that. So just play it the way it's supposed to be played. Come on, refs. Don't. You already got a fucking black eye. Don't make it two black eyes and a bloody nose because that's what'll happen. Especially if you get outrageous calls that lead to a fucking touchdown or a field goal for Kansas City. All right. If a bum call goes against Kansas City in Philly's favor, holy jumping Jesus, we're going to even hear even more than if it was an outrageous call on Kansas City, like whatever. So let's just see what happens because then Kansas City fans will say, oh, what are they trying to look? Let's take all that nonsense and throw it out the fucking window and just play this game the way it's supposed to be played. This is the Super Bowl. This is Super Bowl Sunday. Look, I love baseball. There is so much about baseball I love, and I played it for so long. But this is my sport, man. As most of you out there, we all have our favorite sports, our favorite players, our idols. This is what we wait for, man. 22 weeks of just you're rooting for your team and just this is it, the pinnacle. This is what these guys dreamed of in the backyards of their houses growing up. Don't embarrass us, NFL. Please don't embarrass us today. I don't want to see it happen. So, other than that, you got two teams that are not shy on fourth down, especially the Eagles. Very aggressive. I believe. Yeah, what's that? Kansas City. I don't know. You know what it's like, folks. You had a train of thought and you fucking forgot what you were going to say. Oh, well, either way. All right, as you can see, inside the numbers is rolling across there on the top and the bottom. Like I said, we try to give you all kinds of numbers and all kinds of stats and also break it down the best way we can. So Rumble, we're exclusive. For some reason, it didn't go to YouTube and it didn't go to X, so I have to download this. So if you're on Rumble, man, thank you for tuning in and watching. Give us a thumbs up, man. Follow us. Get into the live chat and rant. Have fun. We'll be here for a few. like I said, we're going to be back at halftime. We'll be back at halftime. Whoop, son of a gun. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what happened with it, why it didn't go through. But get in the description, check out all our sponsors and everything. If you could help the show, please. Cash App, PayPal's in there too. Appreciate you for hanging out with us here on Rumble. Rumble's the best there is. I'm telling you, there's nothing like Rumble. Rumble is the key. Crowder, Dorr, Shapiro, Nick DiPaolo, the list goes on and on. Barry Cunningham, ABL. There's so much here to offer on Rumble, and I really love just being a part of it. And again, I'm trying to be the guy with the sports on here on Rumble. We know it's all loaded with all kinds of politics and all kinds of other stuff, but there are other creators out there starting their niche, and we're going to do it right here with this show, the third floor. We're gonna rule Rumble as far as sports, and you could be part of it. So get in there and comment, help the show if you can. Let us know who you like. Give us your pick. Give me your pick. Kansas City. Put in your final scores. Anything. We'll get back to you in the comments. And again, we're going to be back at halftime. So as soon as halftime hits, come on back to the third floor. We're going to wrap up the halftime, tell you what happened for the first half, and then we're going to be back at the end of the game and wrap up the whole fucking season and the whole game and talk about God only knows what we're going to be talking about at the post game. But right now, here at the pregame, got some numbers running around there for you. If you just joined us, appreciate you very much here on Rumble. Really do. And give us a thumbs up and a follow, all right? Get in the comments. Again, like I said, give us your picks. Let us know. Give me your MVPs, whatever you want, man. Put it in the comments. We'll get back to you. And like I said, we are at, it's 2:30. It's 2:30, so where we at? We are at less than an hour. Well, a little bit more than an hour before kickoff. And I hope I gave you something better than listening to the talking heads. I was listening to them before I went on, and pretty much the same thing. The heartbreaking story and this and that and blah, 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 blah. So there you go. And again, Rumble, you're lucky. If you're tuning in and watching us live, you're lucky because for some reason it didn't go on YouTube or X. I don't know what I did wrong, but we'll figure it out before the halftime and the post-game show. So like I said, we are taking Philly plus 1.5. We are taking the over 48.5. We were looking for Philly to pull this one out. Well, when it comes to a final score, man, final scores are tough, people. But let's put this one in. Let's see if we could do this one and get close. I'm going to go Philadelphia 41, Kansas City 27. 41-27. There you go. How's that? 41-27 Eagles over Kansas City. Too late. A late score would make it like that. But for the most part, yeah. Again, Barkley, my MVP. He's my MVP pick for this game. Barkley, look for him. He needs 30 yards today, ladies and gentlemen. He needs 30 yards from scrimmage. Any combination of 30 yards from the line of scrimmage, and he becomes the all-time yardage gainer in a single season, topping Terrell Davis of 1998 season. So look for that to happen. That's inevitable, unless for he runs into the goalpost on the way out when they introduce him. I don't know. But yeah, 30 yards, and he'll be doing that. Kelsey needs 2 yards to tie, three catches to break, 2 to tie Jerry Rice for receptions. I'm sure they'll be talking about a lot of the records on there, but let's remember one thing. If you watched the show last night, I gave you the reason why Mahomes is really not in the argument of the greatest quarterbacks in Super Bowl history. He's just not. I gave you a list last night, and he wasn't on a lot of them. And Joe Montana is all over it. Kurt Warner's all over it. Brady went to 10, so he's all over it. Okay? So Mahomes is, don't get me wrong, but he's still got some work to do before you put him in the argument of top all-time quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Because let's remember, not every one of his fucking performances in the Super Bowl or anything to write home about. Okay, let's be honest. Let's be totally honest. You know, ask him how he felt after Tampa Bay got done with him. Okay, that was his wake-up call to the Super Bowl. But he's been on fire since that. But no spectacular games. You know, like I said, he is what he is. All right. And again, if you didn't watch last night's show, make sure you check that out, guys. We put that together. We went on a rant about Eli Manning not being in the Hall of Fame, which is still pissing me off. So again, folks, real quick, let's just remember again, like I said, we're here. We love fucking joking around, having a good time and all that. Just on a serious note, let's do remember that Super Bowl Sunday is the #1 domestic violence day in the United States. The #1 domestic violence day in the United States is Super Bowl Sunday. Guys, take it fucking easy. Relax. It's a fucking game. Okay? Chill. Okay, now back to the serious shit. I hope everybody enjoys the game. We got the over 2 minutes for the for the national anthem. We're taking heads in the coin toss. We got a few things going, and at halftime, also we'll have trivia questions. We'll have a trivia question at halftime. So, like I said, come on back, ask you questions, and just throw it in the comments. Your answers. We'll have some fun, and we'll recap what happened in the first 30 minutes of Super Bowl 59. That's gonna be cool. So, like I said, please don't miss that. Come on back, and we'll have some fun here. All right. So, other than that, we do have a clip from the. We have a clip from the only writer, well, one of the writers who voted against Eli Manning getting into the Hall of Fame. I forget who sat down with him and had an interview, but they asked him, what was the reason that you didn't vote for Eli? And here was his reply. Makes perfect sense. Now you know why he voted against Eli Manning. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please come on back at halftime. Do you really want to hear all that garbage noise and blah, blah, blah? No, come on back here. We're going to have fun at halftime. We'll tell it like it is. We got trivia coming up. We got a lot of stuff coming up at halftime. So get back here at halftime and tune in. Bowl up, bong up, and beam up to the 3rd floor. We'll be up here hanging out, waiting on you, just chilling and ready to talk about halftime on the Super Bowl. Eagles, Chiefs, New Orleans. See y'all at halftime. Peace.